I'm going to try to put together a video to give you some instruction for people who are not too clear on how to use ratings to highlight horses that have a good chance of winning. They can be confusing. There's a lot of ratings there. This is a very basic way of using them without carrying out any further research. I'm using the sheet from the 4th of August, not for any reason in particular other than the fact that it was yesterday. We have the benefit of hindsight in that the results are there. The winners are highlighted in green, second place in yellow, third place in orange with their corresponding Betfair starting prices next to them. Initially, what I'm looking for on sheet 1 is a horse that is 200 plus points clear on the master rating. Specifically, the reason for using the master rating is that it is a form-based rating, which should highlight horses that are in form or at least capable of winning the race that they're in today. So let's quickly run through this sheet, from which we'll make a short list of horses, which we will then move on to sheet 2 and carry on a bit further. Looking at the first race, the 210 at Haydock, not getting involved in this. There's 3 horses with a 0 rating, so they're unrated. You can't really compare them with the others. Again, on the 220 at Great Yarmouth, all the horses have very, very little form in terms of previous runs. Race 3, the 230 at Brighton, Charlesmore is top rated, but it's not clear enough to take any further initially. The 3 o'clock at Haydock, again Celtic Sixpence is top, but it's not clear enough, so we'll miss that one. The 250 at Great Yarmouth Starbound is more than 10% clear, so that will go on a short list. So we're starting off with one horse, which is Starbound on our short list. The 3 o'clock at Brighton, nothing really there. The 310 at Haydock, Hunter Forward is pretty well clear on the master, so we'll put that on a short list. The 320 at Great Yarmouth, not clear enough. The 330 at Brighton, again it's not far enough clear. 340 at Haydock, Brocklebank we'll put on a short list, it's over 200 points clear on the master. 350 at Great Yarmouth, no. 4 o'clock at Brighton, again no. 410 at Haydock, not clear enough. The 420 at Great Yarmouth, not clear enough there. The 430 at Brighton, nothing clear enough. The 440 at Haydock, nothing clear enough. 450 at Great Yarmouth, same thing, as is the 5 o'clock at Brighton. And the 520 at Chepstow. 525 at Great Yarmouth. The 530 at Folkestone. The 540 at Sandown. So you can see we're narrowing things down quite a bit. Again, looking at this one, the 540 at Sandown, excuse me, a lot of unrated horses. We're also missing out the Irish races, which are coloured in green, because I'm not really confident of the ratings in Ireland, and we are working on some new ones for those. The 550 at Chepstow, not clear enough. The 6 o'clock at Folkestone, nothing there. The 610 at Sandown, Volcanic Dust. Yeah, that one's clear enough, so we'll put Volcanic Dust in. The 620 at Chepstow, no. 635 at Folkestone, not far enough clear. The 645 at Sandown, again not far enough clear. 655 at Chepstow, Sylvanus, no, it's not clear enough. 710 at Folkestone, again, it's not clear enough on the master rating. 720 at Sandown, excuse me, Tenby Lady is pretty well clear, so that goes on the short list. The 730 at Chepstow, Dancing Welcome, is clear, so we'll put that one on the short list. Firefighter, no. 755 at Sandown, no. 805 at Chepstow, no. 815 at Folkestone, no. 825 at Sandown, no. 835 at Chepstow, Polar Annie is clear by over 300 points, so that will go on a short list. Now that's the end of sheet 1. You should have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 horses on a short list, which is Starbound, Hunter Forward, Brocklebank, Volcanic Dust, Tenby Lady, Dancing Welcome and Polar Annie. So we'll move on to sheet 2 now and look at the Flat Nero and the FL1 rating. Again, looking at races 1 and 2, there is nothing there because of the 0 ratings. Sheet 3, Chalesmore, is very well clear on the Flat Nero and a close second on the FL1 rating, so that will go on a short list. 240 at Haydock, nothing really standing out there. The 250 at Great Yarmouth, Starbound, we've already got that on a short list anyway, but it's also well clear on the Nero rating, so that sort of confirms that selection to a certain degree. My only concern would be how low it is on the FL1 rating. The 3 o'clock at Brighton, now you've got 2 jointly top-rated horses. 310 at Haydock, Hunter Forward, which is already on our shortlist, is top-rated on Flat Nero by some margin, and also only just behind on the FL1, so that really confirms that one again. 320 at Great Yarmouth, no, there's nothing really there. 330 at Brighton, no, you've got these 3 horses quite close together. 340 at Haydock, Brocklebank, which is already on our shortlist again, top across both, so that would remain in the list. 350 at Great Yarmouth, Cathcart Castle is well clear and a close second, so that would go on a shortlist as well. 4 o'clock at Brighton, nothing really there. 410 at Haydock, no. 420 at Great Yarmouth, negotiations very well clear on the Flat FL1 and also well clear on the Flat Nero, so that will go into the short list. Excuse me. 430 at Brighton, nothing really standing out. 440 at Haydock, again, nothing really there. 450 at Great Yarmouth, Miss Polly Plum will go into a short list, looking at both the FL1 and the Flat Nero, so that goes into the short list as well. The 5 o'clock at Brighton, Himami Rene's clear. So we would put that one in the shortlist. I actually missed that one yesterday when I did it. Himami Rene would go in. See, I do miss them sometimes. The 520 at Chepstow, It's Only Jude is clear there, but not jointly clear, and close, so no. The 525 at Yarmouth, nothing really there. Again, we would miss this one, too many zeros. 550 at Chepstow, Miss Lahar is well clear, and close second we've got a 0 rated, so I did miss that one out as well. 6 o'clock at Folkestone, no, nothing there. 610 at Sandown, Volcanic Dust we've already got in our list anyway. Well, there's a couple of zeros which would be a bit concerning, so we would scotch that one, even though it is well clear and it did actually go on to win, but we would scotch that one out. 620 at Chepstow, nothing standing out there. 635 at Folkestone, School Fees, clear on the top on the FL1 and also very well clear on the Flat Nero. Only concern really would be Shamahan and also Mr. Hendricks because of the low numbers there, which would probably mean that it hasn't got full form. But School Fees would go onto the shortlist anyway. The 645 at Sandown, nothing really standing out. Swing Alone and Caballero pretty close together. The 655 at Chepstow, Sylvester Romana is clear on both and pretty well clear on the Flat Nero and a good margin as well on the FL1, so that would go onto a short list. The 710 at Folkestone, Anjamaba is well clear on the Flat Nero and also a very, very close second on the FL1, so that would go onto a short list. The 720 at Sandown, Tenby Lady, has a massive clearance on the Flat Nero, although it's at the bottom of the FL1. So that would go onto a shortlist because of the margin on the flat Nero. The 730 at Chepstow, dancing